Hi everybody, welcome back. This is going to be our final video for section 1.1. Example 4, solving a problem involving scale diagrams. The question says, a map of Alaska has a scale of 1 to 4,750,000. The distance on the map between Paxton and the Canadian border is 3 11/16 of an inch. What is the distance to the nearest mile? So in this question today, what we're going to do is we want to try to convert this into the distance to the nearest mile. So if we know that the map that we're looking at is 1 to 4,750,000, that means basically our page that we're looking at on our map, the distance between there, the scale factor tells you that there's that much difference, right? It's 4,750,000 times bigger than what's on your page, okay? Than the 3 inches 3 11/16 of an inch. So that means that 1 inch represents 4,750,000 inches. Okay? So that means the map scale is, and again, this can be 1 foot to 4,750,000 feet. Doesn't matter. It's a scale factor, right? So we're using it as 1 inch on the page is actually equal to 4,750,000 inches in real life. Okay? Next, what we want to do is we want to convert this into inches. So if we have 3 11/16 of an inch, what we want to do is we want to multiply this by 4,750,000 to figure out how many inches we actually have in distance, right? 1 inch is equal to 4,750,000. The distance we have on our page is 3 11/16 of an inch. So we're just going to multiply our 3 11/16 by 4,750,000. All right. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a improper fraction. All right. So we know that 3. I guess I could have just copied that. Maybe I'll do that. Make my life easier. So I'm going to copy the 3 11/16. So now we're going to go the opposite of what we did in the previous examples. We're going to change this into a mixed number. So that would be, remember, changing in a mixed number, you multiply the denominator by the whole number and you add the numerator. So that would be 16 multiplied by 3 is 48. 48 plus 11 is 59. So it's going to be 59 inches. So 59 inches is equivalent to, 3 11/16 of an inch is equal to 59 16 inches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this by 4,750,000 inches for every 1 inch. So there's your scale factor, right? Multiply numerators, multiply denominators, and there is your answer. So that's going to give us, and obviously these inches will divide, still leaving it with inches because the conversion is a scale factor, right, basically. So we're scaling it up, so we're making it to what it actually is. So that will give us, when we multiply these, will give us 59 multiplied by 4,750,000. So you're going to go to your calculator, you'll put in 59 multiplied by 4,750,000. That'll be 280,250,000 inches, and the denominator will be just 16 multiplied by 1, so it'll be 16. And then we just divide the numerator by the denominator divided by 16. We end up with 17,515,625 inches. So this means that the actual distance in real life between Paxton and the Canadian border is 17,515,625 inches. So now we're going to convert this to feet. All right. So since that is in inches, I'm going to say x. We're going to miles, but we're going to do it. I guess we can do it in 2 steps. It's up to yourself. I'm going to do it in 2 steps. That's how I like to do it. And then we'll get an approximation. But if we're going to change this into miles, here's what I like to do. I like to use unit analysis, or what's called the fact and label method. So I'm going to get that now. So we have X number of miles. Remember, what we're looking for to what we already have. Okay? So the first thing was just figuring out how many inches it was actual in real life. Now we're changing it to miles. So to get rid of the number of inches, you got to go back to your conversion sheet, and it tells you that, well, the best we can do is we can get to feet or yards. We can't get directly to inches right now. So what we're going to do is we'll have to get one of our smaller conversion factors. We can go to feet. Again, there's a lot of different ways we can go. So I'm going to put 12 inches in the denominator, and I'm going to put 1 foot in the numerator. That's the best we can do. So now we're going to need a second conversion factor. All right. So we put our fraction in. Now remember, we did that. The inches go in the denominator because we're trying to get rid of those. All right. And now we're going to go get rid of the feet. And we know that there's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. That'll eliminate the feet for us. So the feet will divide out. And we're left with miles. So this actually means that we got to take the 17,515,625 divided by 12 and then divided by 5,280. That's essentially what we're doing. So if you wanted this to look like a fraction, basically you multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, and then divide. So you can do that as well. I'll do that in slow steps. It's up to you. So that would give us, the denominator would be 17,515,625, and the denominator would be 12 multiplied by 5,280. That would be 63,360. And remember, this final answer is in inches. You can put that there at the end. Divide the two. So we have 17,515,625. We're going to divide that by 63,360, and we get. Oh, sorry, that's miles, not inches. I do apologize. Some of you are thinking that already. It's going to be 276.446, and it goes on. Okay. It's looks to be a no pattern to the answer there, which is fine. All right. Make that a little smaller. Get that on with 1 line, and that's how many miles it is. Okay. Miles is just not M. It has to be MI, period. Because M, as we're going to learn a little later on, you probably know, is in meters. So we have to be mindful of that. So to answer the question, it says, what is the distance to the nearest mile? So I'll just steal this. And I'll say the distance to the nearest mile is 276 miles. We'll round it down. You could round this one up in this case. If it was decimal 5 or more, you would round it to 277. All right. We're not talking material. We're not talking something we need. So that'll be more than okay. And there's your final answer. So folks, that is it for sections 1.1 of chapter 1. There is another check your understanding here. The answer is in square brackets here, and I do have that answer on your sheet. So you're doing the same thing again between Seabird and Anchorage, Alaska. So on a map, it's 1 3/4 of an inch. The scale factor is obviously the same, so you're going to check that out. All right. And when you're finished that, you'll notice at the bottom of your screen and the bottom of your page, The numbers that coincide with this exercise is page 11, numbers 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 13, 15, 16, 19, and 20. So that is it for your lesson for today and for section 1.1. We're not going to do 1.2 measuring length and distance section. We'll be jumping right into 1.3 as it's indicated on your notes. So that was page 6, so we'll start next time on 1.3 relating the SI system, which is the one we use here in Canada with Imperial. So we're converting between two different systems. Alright, so thank you again, and I hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll see you next time in 1.3. Thank you very much.